he's come out of my nutsack. So he's going to be good, isn't he?
Right. He said he was going to sell his house and bet Eddie Hearn that you beat Anthony Joshua.
It's a good bet. Easy money. Free money. Easy money. And you know me. I will bet every pound I've got on my son to wipe the floor with any heavyweight in the world. Never mind Joshua. Put that in your paper and smoke it.
Alright, thank you very much, John.
Thank you. All the heavyweights are there going to suck me balls because I'm coming back. It's Mac, yeah. Look, don't like gypsies, don't like pikeys. Whatever you think of us, that don't matter. But look at him on a boxing level and what he can do and what he can achieve and what he's done and has achieved. He's at the top of the world, he's a linear champion. You know, we don't care where he's from. I don't care if a man's got 3 heads and he's black, pink or white and from out of Mongolia with 1 leg. If he can win a world title like my son won it, I give him credit. And that's the top and the end of it. But people don't want to do that. You know why? Because they're frightened much so. Oh, my neighbour might not be my friend if I tell the truth. If I say I like Tyson, my street will fall out with me. Because you're messing in a false world, aren't you? A plastic false world where everybody kisses each other's backside and terrified to tell the truth. The politicians, the government, they're all in it together. It's all one big conspiracy. But listen, if people want to listen to me, they maybe think, John, shut up. You're an absolute idiot. You're a bore-fest. I don't care. I know I'm speaking my heart and I'm speaking the truth. Because people, if they don't want to hear the truth, they want the lie, switch on Coronation Street. Switch on EastEnders. You know, don't watch boxing. Well, you can watch boxing because there's no real boxing about anymore.
The likes of Joshua and Wilder, etc.
I'm tired of answering these questions about AJ. Tyson could beat him now. Tyson could beat him now. Because there's no competition. It's not about when Tyson, if this and if that. That's a foregone conclusion. Tyson can beat AJ in his sleep. That man's a good fighter. He's an excellent fighter. This is a brilliant fighter. The 2 levels apart, mate. You know, like the aliens are light years in front of us in brain power. That's how my son is in front of Joshua in ability. Do you understand me now, what I'm saying? Do I get the picture across? He can't do it. He's got slow feet, he's got a few fast hands, he goes like that, 1, 2 left up, chin stuck in the air. You see him, he's blown out of his arse, I mean, he gets a bit of pressure put on him. Tyson will do more than pressurise him, mate. He'll be crying after 4 rounds, tears will be rolling out of his eyes like Marifat peas. But he can't do any good. He'll be swinging like that, oh, where's he gone? Pop, pop, bang! On the floor, end of, give me them belts back where you stole them, you bum. And that's it.
Will we see this fight next year, in your opinion?
No, I don't think he will because he's too frightened. He'll retire before he faces Tyson Fury. The Gypsy King will retire him without even fighting him, and I've said it first. He'll retire him without even fighting him because he hasn't got nothing to beat him with. He don't need money. The lad's a trillionaire. He don't need it. So why would you mucky your legacy by letting a big Gyppo spark you right out? End of. To answer all them questions. That's what it is. The Gyppo will spark him out because he got no tip back with. It's like you fighting with a water pistol and I've got a shotgun. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. He can't win. Neither can the other one. Like Tyson said, a football player and a weightlifter. I'd be more of a match for them than me. Eddie Hearn, the ringmaster, because that was a circus act last weekend, as we all know. Let's put it right. You know the reason why you can't get proper interviews here, and it's like games and small talk, because it's a respect thing. When you lot respect my son and give him what he deserves, you can get some proper interviews with proper sense. At the minute, he's toying with all of you, because he's got about as much respect for you lot as you have for him. You know, and I just think it's time. You should get behind an homegrown Manchester man who's done the impossible and give him the credit he deserves. Let's put it this way. First of all, the IBF belt. It's a wonder they're not doing jail over it because it was theft against the person, Tyson Fury. They planned it from word one. They thought, we can't beat Tyson Fury, so we've got to steal the belt so Anthony Joshua can get a world title. Well, let's put it this way. Anybody who can sell an arena out in minutes, they're going to look after him. And I'll tell you now, I would back Anthony Joshua in every defence he has, apart from my son, to win. I put my house on it, because he can't lose, because they're running a circus act. Here, there is no circus act, it's the real deal. And does people want to see the real deal? Looking at all yous, laughing and joking at bullshit, I'm astounded. You know, you're businessmen, you're meant to be papermen, you're going all around the world, and you're playing games like school kids in a playground. Get real. This is the real deal. He's the best heavyweight in the world. And you know what? Good luck to Eddie Hearn. They're brilliant at the job. They've done a fantastic job with him. Listen, I've hired him. I drop him up in Cotton Wool. He's laying the golden eggs at the minute. And he will be for some time. You know what? Because the public love anything. A common job, they'll get right behind it. And that's what I've said, right from word one. How can anybody take Anthony Joshua's night last night real? Come on. You've been round boxing all his lives. You've reported the most world titles there's ever been, and you can't tell me you don't see a circus act and nothing said about it. You know what? If he come out and he just fell over that kid, you'd have got behind him. Anthony Joshua's the best in the world. Even the bookies have got the cheek to put Joshua favourite. And who's he fought? I'll tell you who he's fought. Nobody. Dillian White was their only real test. He hadn't known what happened. How has he got from that level to that level in a few weeks? Come on. Say it to your brain. It don't take a lot of working out. This man is heavyweight champion of the world. There's nobody to beat him. Let's hope to keep doing the job with Joshua. I urge the public, and listen to this, make this fight. Get Joshua to get in the ring with my son. It's up to you, public, because Eddie Hearn will never take that fight. The British public, the world has to demand it. But I'll tell you what, that's the long and the short of it, but I'll tell you what, people, show a bit more respect to a king. Not just as a gypsy, forget that. Look into the sport. It's a sport of boxing. Look into that. You know, and believe me, if you think some novice can take my son after the performance he done, I'm half-hearted against Klitschko. He's in dreamland. Let's make this fight as quick as we possibly can. Because I tell you now, see those men, the Deontay Wilders, all the rest of them, they couldn't beat my son on the same night, and he will prove it, because he'll be around years. They're going to make more money than my son. You know why? The public want it that way. Huge want it that way. Let me just say, yes they will, let me tell you. These people here, they want Joshua to defeat you more than life itself. All of you. And I can see through all of you. You're not behind Tyson, because I'll tell you why. We're real people. We say it as it is. And people like that never get any respect. I've been to Helen back in my life. I know what it is, and I know real men when I'm speaking to them. Not paper, plastic people. So what you're going to have to do is pull your socks up, all of you. Yeah, all these interviews here are pointless, because the paying public don't hear bullshit like's going on here. I'm shocked. I've come here today, 4 hours in a car, to watch this ping pong game with some schoolboys. Ask some serious questions, show some serious respect, and you'll get some back. You'll get proper inward interviews, not bullshit, wasting people's time. That's all I've got to say.
I think everyone does respect it.
No, they don't, mate. You're having a laugh.
I think you're talking about the mainstream.
You're having a laugh, mate. You know, there's not one genuine question been asked here today.
Well, I certainly respect it.
Well, show it then. Show it. Get it to the rest of the world. Show it to them. Because I tell you now, it's a joke from where I'm sitting. This man is the best thing that's ever come off these shores. And has he got any respect? He's not even on no billboards, no quiz games, no nothing. You've got David A, what's a nobody, a blown cruiserweight. He's on every billboard, his name's everywhere, he's on every show. Where's my son? Nowhere, because nobody else will know. You know why? Because it's a racism. That's all it's about, racism. He's from the wrong background. If he was out of Peckham Estate, he'd be having tea with the Queen Mother, being took around an open top bus. Come on, let's get real. You know that, and I know that. And I'll tell you what it is. There's only real men, and I tell you what, they only come from our community, because we're not circus acts. We fight for pride. I've done 12 years for a fight. That's how much pride means to me, an old man. So what's he going to do? He ain't bothered about the money. When he climbs into that ring, his life's on the line, his pride. 300 years, a generation, bloodlines. That's what we're fighting for. Billy Joe Saunders the same way. We're travelling people, we're on the art. And we've been discriminated for 2,000 years. But we're on top today, and I'll tell you now, in the middleweight division we're staying on top, and in the heavyweight division we're here for years. Last question, show a bit of respect. Let's have some proper questions, please. Let's start over again.
Whatever the British and the government's got against us, it must be serious. Because they've tried everything, apart from shooters. A little lad's fighting his heart out here and get robbed in his own town. And British judges, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves, you political bastards.
They've got a gripe with us, the British government. We can't stop that. Like I just said to Glenn McCrory, this is bigger than us, it's bigger than boxing. But what have we done wrong? What have we done wrong? Take some belts off a reigning 12-year champion in Germany. Is that so wrong? You know, because Tyson said a few things, what he shouldn't have said. Only what I've instilled in him from the Bible rules. Why are they changing the Bible in 2017? I'll never change the Bible because I believe in Jesus Christ our Lord and he will see us through at the end of it. But other people don't see it like that. But I see it like that, and my sons see it like that, and my family see it like that. We live to proper rules, what was set in stone by our Lord Jesus Christ and the Holy Father. But if these can do whatever they want to do, they can move Manchester out of Mongolia and vice versa and do whatever they want to do. But they won't change us, they won't change our way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? We knew tonight that this might happen. Because we expected it in Germany. When we got the decision there, was all shocked. We thought it was going to get robbed. The Germans showed us more fair play than we got in Manchester tonight. But we've lived here for 40 years. These kids was born in the city centre. And that 23-year-old stepped up the plate and give his all for his town and his country. And get that kind of treatment from his own people. Come on. Like I said, they don't think in the travelling community as good and bad. They think all travellers are bad. There's no good and bad. And let me tell you, there is good and bad. Because I tell you what it is, I'm not whiter than white. I've done some wrong things, but I paid the price. I've never griped, I've never whined. Hands up, yeah, I've done it. Got me jail done. I'm here, doing the best I can with the family. But you know something, when a child, because that's his 23-year-old, 23 years old, some kids haven't left the mother's nest at that age. These kids, they've had no young life. They've lived and breathed it. They've never had no nightclubs. There's been no drugs. There's been no drink. They've lived and breathed this job. And to get bitterly disappointed like that in Manchester, a place he loves, where he's been bred and born. What is your problem? You've done everything but put a bullet through our fucking brains. I don't want to swear. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely disgraceful. But listen, I'm terrified to comment. It's got like this now. I'm feared. I'm afraid of the powers that be. I'm terrified of them, because we're living in a fake world. You can't tell the truth. I've got to go on here and say what you want me to say. Oh yes, that's politically correct. I'm not a politically correct person. I tell the truth as it is. And if people don't want to get behind that and honour that and respect that, well, there's no future for them. There is no future for society that carries on like this. And this is what these people are afraid of. They're afraid of this. We're not trying to change anybody. People's got their own free will, they've got their own ways of going on. We're not interested. Let live and let live, not interested. But when we do a job and we do it well and put our heart and soul into it and get this kind of crap in our own town, there's something desperately wrong, is there not? Would you say I'm talking out of turn here, Coogan?
Listen, you're entitled to say what you want, John.
I know that you're getting money, you're doing a job. But at this stage of the game now, I don't give a damn anymore what happens. I don't care no more. They've tried to ruin my son's life, now they do it to my nephew. And they've poured so much into what they do for this godforsaken place and getting nothing out of it. Not even a pat on the back to get robbed in his own backyard. It's disgraceful. They've done everything but shot us. You know what I'm saying? But here it is. We're not done yet. We will come back, and you know something, we're cleverer than you think. Don't you think we're not? We've lost the battle, but we'll win the war. Believe you me. You know why? Because we're here, we're honourable people, we tell it as it is, and we're not telling any lies, we're not pulling any wool over anybody's eyes, we're doing things our way. We've already been and done the impossible. It's nearly happened tonight, but some people didn't want it to happen. But we know we've won in our hearts. So tonight we're going to celebrate as a family to the people that matter, bloodkind.
John, since that night in Dusseldorf where Tyson beat Klitschko, you believe there's been some kind of witch hunt against not just Tyson but against the Furies?
If I could change my name by Deepol in the morning, I'd be doing it. Because to be called a Fury, it's a crime. It's criminal to be called a Fury. When I go anywhere, if I go out of town, I change my name completely. Change my name. People say, they know me as somebody else. Because you can't be yourself. Because all of a sudden they start Googling you, they start doing this and doing that, and they've got the wrong opinion altogether. Oh, they're a bad lot. Why are we a bad lot? Because we stand on our own 2 feet and we ask nothing of nobody. What have we got to do? Go with a begging bowl and walk about with our arse and our trousers hanging out. So as people respect us, listen, they can only respect what we do. And we're fighting people. I've been to jail for fighting. It's in my DNA. I can't help that. I paid the price. We're in a world now
where you say boo and you're going to get 6 months for it. You're not allowed to raise your voice, upset anybody. You're not allowed to do nothing. You've got to keep that shut, walk about your head down and not speak your mind. But I'm 52, couldn't give a damn now. My life's nearly over anyway. But all I want before I die is for my kids to get fair. They tried to destroy my son. They've messed his head up, stopped him from making a living. They've been despicable with him because they've treated him, and I mean this, different than any human being on this planet. And he's treated him worse than that, than any human being on this planet. And I'll tell you what it is. They'll have no luck for it, because I tell you what, I know they don't believe in our Lord Jesus Christ, but he will have the last laugh. And he will reward us, not here, but we'll have a good bed in heaven, because we're good, loyal people to the cause. It's Jesus Christ. Amen. May he reign over us and guide us for the days of the rest of our life in everything we do. This is meant to happen. It's God's will. We're going down this path. Why we're here? We're obviously here for a reason. I don't know yet. It's not clear. But we're here for a reason, Coogan. And all this was stated in the Bible. God said this would happen. In time, he said, those people will mock me. They'll deny me. They'll do everything. You know, it's like all these diseases now. All this rain, all these fires, all this unrest, all this anger, all this evil. God said all this would happen in his book, you know. And you know what Bible stands for? Basic instructions before leaving earth. It's all there. In large print, small print, whatever you want to do, you can read it. You know, it's in many different languages, but it's still the Bible. It all means the same. But do they want it? Do they want to read it? The answer is no, because they're being brainwashed. They're being pulled from one direction to the other direction, saying to one another, well, what's right then? And the devil's main asset is to confuse people. And he's doing a bloody good job at confusing people. But he will not confuse me. He won't confuse my sons. He won't confuse my family, because we're God-fearing people. And I say to this to people, ask, you will receive. Knock and the door will open. But if you knock the wrong door, the only thing's opening is evil in your life. Despair, negativity, unhappiness, illness, death at the end of it.
Mr. Tony Bellew, who recently beat David Hay, has had a lot to say regarding...
He's had a lot I don't know why he's being cheeky. Why is he being cheeky? Because I see him shake his hand. I thought he was a mate of Tyson. I know he's trying to drum a few quid up and make a fight for himself. But let me tell you, mate, why are you doing this, being an idiot, when you know Tyson could slap you? I don't think you could even beat me, pal. And I'm washed out, finished. You couldn't beat me, mate. So forget my son. Stick to the light heavyweights on unknown cruiserweights, and you'll be all right. You beat David Hay, was 100 years old. Forget about that, mate. You can't beat Tyson Fury. So stop even mentioning his name. Honestly, and that's all I'm saying about him. You know what I'm saying? And I'll back up what I say. You know, I'm there as large as life. You know, I'm telling the truth. I won't back down from what I say from no man, or kiss no man's ass. Me ever. That's the top and the end of it.
John, to be fair, Tyson has mentioned Tony's name and vice versa. They've both mentioned each other's name, especially over the last sort of month or so. Is that a possibility that you could even see that fight happening? Or
why, when he wouldn't stand a prayer? How? What was he going to do? You know, I'll tell you now. Tony Bellew, Sefer Safiri'd knock him spark out. That's what happened there. So I don't know why they're even mentioning Tyson. You know, and I'm only being like this because I respected him, bigged him up. Why make an arse out your mouth to get a few quid? The lad's done well, very well. He's won a world title. He's beat David Hay. Yes, he was shot, won 300,000 miles on the clock, but he still beat him. But why mention young, super heavyweight dinosaurs when you're only really 12 stone 7? Come on. The joke's on him for even mentioning Tyson like that. You know what I'm saying? But I've said what I've said, and I'm not going no way. He knows me. Everybody in Liverpool knows me. They know how game I am, you know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Shut up! Shut up! It's over, baby. Shut up! Make sure you win the fight. Make sure you're the fight. Make sure you win the fight. You can't beat me. You can't beat me.
wow.
king of the world, boy!
If it wasn't for Tyson Fury licking Klitschko, I'm being truthful, there's Eddie Hearn, there's Joshua, and there's, what's his name? Charles Martin. Nobody would have got paid last week. So they want to thank Tyson first of all for that, really, because Tyson done the job. He beat the man, come and got the belt. They took it off him, stole it off him, as Uncle Peter says. And there is no more to it. I can't really say no more than what he's already said. He's right, I make him right in what he said. And it's only really, my opinion, is because of the background. And what I heard on the circuit is that Wembley Stadium wouldn't let the fights happen and go on there is because what happened at the XL. That's what I heard. And because of the travelling background. That's the reason why Wembley Stadium didn't let the fights go on there. In Wembley Stadium.
Right, Bill, yeah.
Very vocal in the press conference there, John.
I think it needed to be said that it was a joke, wasn't it? 5 hours and I can't listen to that bullshit. I'm sick of listening to bullshit from proper people who's got important jobs. You need to pull the socks up these people.
What was it particularly in that press conference that seemed to have aggravated you?
It was just the lack of respect thing and them daft schoolboy questions he was coming out with, you know. And they could see Tyson was in one of them moods where he was going to take the piss out of them. Because you know why? He come here and sinned and smelt no respect straight away, so he was giving none. And I weren't going to give any. I can sit up there for 12 months. They'll never ask me one question, you know why? Because I've got plenty to say to them. And if I said everything I want to say, it would be here till next week. But these people here, they're not changing. Everything what's gone on in the past, you just want to chuck it under the carpet. But I'll tell you now, this young lad here is a middleweight champion of the world. He'll stay middleweight for a long time. Middleweight champion of the world for years and years to come. When these people want a downfall to happen, it'll never happen because God won't permit it that way. These two men here, how long have you been on the amateurs together, won't you, Billy? A lifetime together. And I always said, see these two, he'll be the heavyweight champion of the world, he'll be the middleweight. I've never been proved wrong yet because you know why? They give their all. They're not in it for the money. It's nice, but they're in it for the fight because we're travelling people. We live to fight. We love it. I've just done 12 years for a fight. I love to fight. And if I could fight now, I probably would do. But these people here, they would aggravate a saint. And what do they know? Nothing. Nothing. They're going home drinking their coffee with their fingers out, trying to be what they're not. What are these people? They're supposed to be in a respected job and to let Joe Public know what the job is. They're just trying to con people. They're trying to put words on paper that people just want to read over the morning coffee. Tell the frigging truth. They don't bother writing the paper. Because all people want to hear about is sadness, downfalls. You put good stuff in papers, it won't sell. Put crap in papers, it sells. Because the public are mugs. Like that circus act on Saturday night. They're frigging mugs. That fella had been took a paycheck to fall down. He was looking for the floor before the bell went. Come on, please. He couldn't beat me. How's that? I'd have given him a better fight for £1 million. Well, other divvy could. Him with the gold teeth that stood around a fire and drum in Queens. In the freezing cold. He's never made more than $2,000 in his life and give him £1 million. He thought he'd won 5 world titles, him. And it was easy to touch the floor, not a black eye. Oi, Eddie, offer me some money. I could do with some of that, pal. And I will last 3 rounds. I don't pay me.
I heard he got $6 million to write him as well.
$6 million quid.
$6 million.
$6 million. I think he'd have got about 25 grand him done the same thing. Set of gold teeth in his head. Lovely lad. A complete typical Queens fella. You often say no brains at all. Proper log carrier. At the end of the day, you know, come to get a big paycheck. And you know what they've done? Listen, Charles, you can have another shot down the line somewhere, but for now we need to take a knee, me old kid. Because let's put it that way, Charles Martin was better than that. Listen, Charles, you don't fool me, mate. Spend your money wisely because you won't get another shot. I'm telling you now. Billy.
Listen, what more can I say to him about that? I can't say no more about that. Listen, I will say one thing. As Tyson, people keep mentioning Anthony Joshua to Tyson. They should be mentioning Tyson to Anthony Joshua. Tyson's the man. Tyson's beat who he's had to beat. Same as me. I don't get the respect I get ready for. Listen, but I don't care. Same as what he said. Obviously, the money's good, but we're in it now because we like to fight. I've done this since I've been 5. I'm 26-year-old now. Since I've been 5, I've been in the gym. That's all we know. That's all we know. We couldn't go out pen and paper jobs now because we don't. But let me tell you one thing. Some people try to make you feel less important than them. Less important than them. And I think it's because the background. Our background don't suit into this culture because we're truthful people. We would tell it dead how it is. Whether you don't like it, whether you do like it, whether you love it. That's just how we are. We're truthful people. Speak from our hearts and speak what we think because we don't like making ourselves look mugs, looking fools. That's the only reason.
John, you've always said this since, obviously, even before Tyson was heavyweight world champion. You don't believe your son has ever had respect from the public, and this man here doesn't get enough respect because they're travellers.
Do you know the only thing we're getting is what we make ourselves? We're bubbling with charisma. We're not boring people. Look at this young lad. He's a young lad. He's bubbling with charisma. He's got the head of a man 50-year-old like Tyson, because there's 200 years of knowledge in his head what gets passed down from generations. We're not ordinary people. We can see through plastic people and see all these people. Now, I've lived more than a year than what they've done in all their life, and I can see through every one of them. And I'll tell you now, they're going to have to shape up these people, because I tell you now, they're all going to have a lot of egg on their face, because I'm getting sick of this shit, mate. I'm getting sick of it. It's a circus.
I'll ask you both the same question. Obviously, Eddie Hearn, after the press conference, said the other day that he didn't believe that your son Tyson was a role model, and he believed that Anthony Joshua was.
Why is Tyson not a role model?
I'm just saying what Eddie Hearn said.
Let me ask you one question. And listen, I'm not just saying this, I'll put this out. Tyson's never ever been arrested in his life, right? For no bad doing, drugs or this or whatnot. The only thing Tyson's probably got on his record is a car offence, probably getting pulled over for no seatbelt. So why ain't he a role model for that? Tell me. Beat Klitschko, no one couldn't beat for 20 years. So why ain't he a role model? So why don't you want to say to your child, look, because I'll tell you one thing, I would love my child to take out of me or whatnot else, but if I could have a child heavyweight champion and do what that's done, beat the man who's been there for 10 or 15 years, if that's not role model, what's a role model? Paedophile. Because
role model, what they want Tyson to be is a little sucky-up yes man when he'll call wrong right and right wrong. You know, do as he's told, take his orders, read his script. Tyson ain't never going to read no scripts. He's never going to take no orders, like I've never took an order in my life. We will die before we'll do that. But the reason is what they call a role model. You do as I say. I'm your boss. You're beneath me, so you play your part as underneath me. That's what I want you to say. That's what I want you to do, and you do it or you're out of a job. But he can have the job. For us, we're not interested because we can make money ourselves. We're chameleon people. We can be anybody we want to be and do what we want to do. But at the end of the day, these people here can't. And that's what they don't like. They're frightened of us. You know why? We bother them. Because our kind of people bother Joe Public. Because they know what do you do with these people? They're not handleable. They're not yes men. They won't do as they're told. They won't do this. They won't do that. They do it what's from the heart. And even, and you know what? 9 times out of 10, we're right. We're right. And we only want respect. Not because of what we are. Because a lot of bad people in Travellers. There's a lot of bad people in other communities. I say it this. Give Tyson, give Billy the respect they deserve for what job they do. Look at the hours of training goes in. Peter, his trainer, his family, the worry, the stress. Does all that mean nothing to nobody? All of a sudden, we got all that to contend with. We come here and get bored to tears, and it's a joke, isn't it, this press conference? And it's hateful, it's disrespectful, and it's hateful. You know, and at the end of the day, if it's like this, I won't come again. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's getting disgusted. Because let me tell you, why should we have to drive ourselves from Manchester to London when he's the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? If that was Joshua, the Queen would have sent Air Rolls Royce to pick him up.
helicopter.
And the air driver would have been driving to his tip cap on and feeding him with champagne all the way and chocolate biscuits all the way up here. You know why? It ain't going to happen, because I tell you why. We don't fit the bill, because we're travellers. We've been discriminated against for 1,500 years, 2,000 years, and I tell you what it is. Keep discriminating, because we ain't changing for nobody. We want respect for what we do, and that's fight. We fight, respect us for fighting, because we're fighting men. Am I right or wrong, Billy?
He's 100% right. We are fighting men. That's the reason why where we're at today.
You know.
What do you reckon, Colin? Do you reckon we travellers get a bit discriminated? Come in.
No. Do you want me in?
Yeah, come in.
If you want,
Colin.
Gentlemen, you don't have to tell me about discrimination. I'm Jewish.
It's hurtful, Colin.
You've only been doing it 2,000 years. I've been doing us for 5,000. But anyway,
Yous run
it's
the
another
world.
story.
We don't.
Listen,
Yous are running the world, and we're
really-
nobody.
I wish that was
Swap
true.
your places.
But listen, I want to make a point to you.
Yeah.
You've got to learn to differentiate between different sections of the media. We are boxing writers. We are different to news reporters.
Why are you here then?
Listen.
Why are you here if you can't print the truth?
Listen, we do print the truth
you're not,
in
are
the
you?
sports pages.
You don't do.
You're thinking about the media he gets on the news side of
Bad
the
media.
paper.
There's nothing anything good
that's
to.
right,
He's
that's
slandered,
right,
he's put down
that's
every
right.
aspect.
No, when he won the world title,
Yeah.
right, the sports pages went nuts for him. They got
one
the
day.
great- No.
Colin.
You've got to
Colin.
differentiate to different sections of the press.
When you
Colin,
give
do you know
us,
what it is
listen,
for me?
when you,
Have you
Colin,
got bad press?
Colin.
Yeah, I won the world title, didn't get one good write-up, yeah? Yeah, but I tell you what I did do. I went to court over a dog, not having a dog sign, I got put in the Sun newspaper.
See what I mean?
See, but yeah, I didn't get put in the Sun newspaper for winning the world title.
Oh, kiss you.
But Colin, I had that much. I won the Sun newspapers and more or less a back page. I'm not
Colin,
sign
can I ask you one thing? What are you going to print about today's press conference?
I'm not. I'm retired.
Why are you here though?
Because I should probably do a broadcast.
Right, so what are you going to broadcast?
I broadcast about his fight with Klitschko.
Oh, yeah, and what this farce about today?
Why is it a farce?
It's a proper farce. Them kids was asking schoolboy questions for responsible men. And you see the reaction out of Tyson. You cannot pull a serious reaction out of Tyson. You know why? Because you're not being serious with him. And it's a lack of respect. He just feels he's not getting it. And I'll tell you what it is.
But
I'm the biggest dummy in the world, but I can see what's happening.
I'm telling you, there are different sections of the press.
Show it
I
then.
understand.
Show it.
Well, you see,
Print some tomorrow morning then.
He will get a ban.
Print some tomorrow morning about Tyson. He's the best heavyweight since sliced bread, because that's what he's printing at. Print in the morning that he done the impossible in Germany against all the odds, and he's fought everybody and anybody to get where he is. Print that.
I've written a column for The Sun on Friday morning. Whether they use it or not, I don't
Well, probably
know.
they won't use it because it won't be to their tune, will it?
Maybe.
But I'll tell you what to put. If you want to sell your column, listen. Let me finish. Let me finish. How to sell your column? Run Tyson down. Your phone will melt.
Listen,
Run him down.
I have said...
Tell the truth. They're not going to ring your phone.
I'm telling you now, in case they don't use it.
Oh, they won't
I've had
use
a go at the opponent. Said it's the worst heavyweight. I've been around a long time. Of
course you have.
And I've seen a lot of bad heavyweight champions of the world.
You've not seen one as bad as Charles Martin.
That's what I've just said. You won't let me finish. He is the worst heavyweight. Anybody call himself the worst I've ever seen. And I've seen some.
No, he took a paycheck to lose. Print that. Print the truth.
I've said,
Paycheck to lose.
I said while he was on the canvas, he was probably counting the 3 million he got for being the sacrificial lamb.
Let me tell you something. 1 minute. Any man that's been into the gym what's knocked out, don't get to that position. Stay there like a weightlifter and up like that and walk back to his corner. On 10. Come on. Meant to be out of his mind, and he's meant to be a big puncher, Joshua.
Listen, you're a boxing man. Us the jugglers.
That's the jugglers.
Us the
What's that got to do with
Douglas,
it?
I'll tell you. Because he's not the first to have done it. Buster Douglas beat Tyson.
Sonny Liston done it with Ali.
Just listen a minute.
You want some more?
Buster Douglas beat Tyson.
He did.
His next fight.
No,
he
he had a long count. He had a long count. He was down for about 15 seconds. Tyson beat Buster Douglas, but he got robbed. Long count.
Colin, let me ask you one
Let me
question.
just tell you. He got $24 million to defend against Evander Holyfield. He never trained a lick for the fight. He came in way over 18 stone. He lay down in 3 rounds. He put his hand over to stop the glare of the lights.
We're
in
talking
his
about Jack
eyes.
Johnson here.
No, we're talking about Buster Douglas.
But you know
Right,
what it is? You
so-
know there's a lot of political people behind the scenes of boxing. That's what Anthony Joshua is. Anthony Joshua is a political heavyweight champion with a belt he stolen off my son. Let's have that in.
He
Well,
didn't.
He was in
The
on it.
IBF stole it.
The IBF stole it.
He didn't
Eddie Hearn
steal
stole it.
anything.
Do you reckon
All
Klitschko would
them-
have got stripped of that belt?
Never. He had it for 11 years, Billy.
No, he had it.
Yeah, but do you reckon if he would have beat Tyson, do you reckon they would have took that IBF belt?
No.
So why did they do it to Tyson, do you
You're
reckon?
IBF.
I know, not you. I'm not going to go at you, I'm just saying to the camera.
it's the IBF.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
The WBA
but,
didn't.
But straight away, that rings alarm bells to us, thinking that's the reason why.
Listen,
because
we'll
of the
talk
back-
about this all day, Billy. One thing. Answer me this question truthfully.
Go on.
Do you think that fight that night was a genuine fight?
No, of course it wasn't.
Thank you. You need to
I've
say any
said
more.
so.
Thank
And
you,
I've
Colin.
said the last
Shake hand for that one,
paragraph.
Paul.
Listen, and the last paragraph, I said he could never be called the world champion
Never in a
until he
million
fights
years.
this fella.
My son there is disgusted. He comes here, you know what? He said, Dad, I'm going to get another farce here today. He walks in here, we drove ourselves here, 5 hours in traffic. He's come on a train, you know, middleweight champion of the world. We should be chauffeur driven. We're British people born here. Show respect for what we can do in the boxing world. Am I wrong here? Just trust and respect for what we do best. That's fight. And that's what these men are doing, isn't it? So let me tell you, if you don't like this station, you just switch it off. Because if you want the pretend station, go to Eddie Hearn. You know, at the end of the day, you want to see real fights, you're going to see them with these people here. You know, we're here to entertain you with not put-up fights, not pick-up fights. We're here to do the real job. If you don't like it, don't watch boxing, because I tell you, you might as well watch WWF as watch the Eddie Hearn show.
All right, John Fury,
Yeah.
Billy Joe Saunders, Colin, thank you very much for talking to
And
us.
you, Coogan, don't start because you can kiss us.
He's getting a living. He's got to make a crust like we do. Coogan.
Yeah, you can't not print the truth of the video because it's what you say. So
Listen, I don't give one
What did
flying
you say?
F. I don't swear, by the way.
No, no.
But yeah, I'm saying I'm just putting the point across how I feel. My son is the most disrespected man. Well,
I can't remember one that's been disrespected more than him, but I'll tell you what it is. Keep disrespecting, keep hating, keep doing what you want. The belts are ours, we're keeping them, because there's nobody in a pair of shoe leather or a pair of boxing boots can beat us. We know we've got the job done. We're there, with heavyweight champion of the world, none of these divvies can beat us. We're there. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, John.
Good enough.
Thank you very much.
See you soon. We had a big discussion that day
Yeah.
with our Jewish friend, Colin Hart. And did he print anything the next day? No. It was like it never happened. And it was just like I said it would be. No different. So, the onus is on them, not me. You know, if they can't front up to what's happening today, that's their problem, and not mine. Because they didn't do it. I knew they wouldn't print nothing. They only print what they want to print. Whether it's lies, bull crap, whatever it is. You know, the truth will never get printed because nobody's interested in the truth. They're interested in hype, they're interested in lies, destruction, misfortune. Good luck and good fortune, not interested in, and real stuff. But that's up to them, like I say. That's not my fault, it's theirs. But I'll keep saying it. You know, you give me the stand and I'll tell them what they are 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? 24/7, and I mean that.
John, do you agree that there are some boxing writers out there who write for the nationals and the tabloids that will comment on and report on what's happened in the ring rather than all this stuff that's gone on since?
Of course, there's some decent people out there. Obviously, I've not read it yet, but I'm sure there is some decent people out there. You know, they just got to get real. Don't do what the next man wants them to do just to fit in. Print what you think and say what you think. The writers, the journalists do the job properly. Because at the moment, I could do a better job than all of them. At least it'd be the truth.
John, there were some negative stories about your son Tyson in some of the tabloids and national newspapers this morning. Do you think there was any need for that?
Listen, anybody who's going to comment on that and try and discredit what my son's done, he doesn't understand boxing for one, and his jealousy's taking his life over. So I say to him, get on and do his day job and forget about messing with real men and commenting on real men, because those men are non-entities. They're sickos, my friend. This has been something that's been done extraordinary, and what they're trying to do, brush it under the carpet. I will never let them brush it under the carpet. I'll never let it go, because I know it's been 100 years since Bob Fitzsimmons did this, and I'm telling you now, it'll be another 100 years before something happens like it again. All these non-believers, why is it then? Because he's not out of an house, or he's from the wrong background, or because his family say it as it is. I've lived a lifetime of hard knocks and through deep, deep adversity, and always come out on top. I've just spent 5 years behind the door. Never took an aspirin, never went to the MO once, never asked for nothing. You know, got on and done the time. Done as I was told, like a dog. Because you know why? I was mentally stronger than everybody in there. And I've been like that all my life. My son's mentally strong. And you know what? False people, plastic people, we don't really care about what they think. We're not interested. We know the truth. We knew we had the brains to outthink some fella what's been stood around a burning oil drum in the past looking for a $5 spar. He was never going to outthink us. All of Klitschko's team, we didn't only beat Klitschko, we defeated his team. We're world champion teams. We hold the world title as team members because we outfought them. The brains of Britain, one's a Ukrainian president. We've made him look stupid. Bert Bont, a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? I tied him up like a cat with a ball of wool. You know what I'm saying? I said, listen, you can be what you want. Right's right, wrong's wrong. Play on a level field. We're down 9-1 before kick-off, mate, but we're still going to win. We mentally broke them down in London, and we've done a demolition job in Germany. But let me tell you something now. They're all going to jump on the back of somebody else. If it's not Anthony Joshua, it'll be Dillian White. But what has these people done to get credit more than my son? The answer's nothing. They haven't fought anybody. They've won no titles. You've got a man there with an attitude as big as his head in David A. He's a coward. You know, he said only a few months ago, the best doctors in the world said he should never fight again. All of a sudden he's out to con the public and steal a living, saying my shoulder's perfect. How can you go from that to that in a short time? All you people might be gullible, naive fools. Furies ain't fools. We see through these people. And you know something? The character at the Wizard of Oz, the lion looking for some courage. Let me tell you, the lion had a chance of getting courage because he had a dream that there was an Oz and a man talking from behind the curtain. He's got no chance of guts because he's living in the real world. So do not mention Do not mention men. Well, they're not men. I don't know what they are, these people. I'm going to call them things. I will call them things. Because I'll tell you now, he ain't a man, he's nothing. Hear this. There's my old trainer there. Fernand's made his way out of his job today to be with us. I will get him out of his job and he'll train me, and I'll flog David, in an 8 weeks time. I'll flog David, And you know who's other man? You know the great heavyweight champion what I learned in Germany from a good source? Hear this, Lennox Lewis. You was frightened of me in my heyday, and I just found it out from me. He didn't want to fight me, but I tell you now, I'll fight him now. I'm 50, he's 50, let's have a battle royale. Forget about what my lad's done here. We can't, nothing compares with that, and nothing ever will. But I'm telling you now, before all you plastic people can put my son down and discredit what he's done, I will die before I let you achieve that. That ain't happening. And you're going to listen to us, because we're sick of being talked down to. You're listening to us, because we pay no homage to nobody, only God Almighty and our Father, our blood Father. Do we need to say any more about this, people? Put your hands together for the 8th wonder of the world. I think you deserve a standing ovation. Get up! Get up and bow! Get up and bow to my son, every one of you. That's what you're going to do. Give him a bow, because you'll never see him again ever. And appreciate what you're seeing. Jonathan Ross has been on the phone. Pierce Brosnan will be on the phone. The Queen will be up with some medals. Where was he 3 years ago? Nowhere to be seen. And look here today. Be real, people. Change your lives now. Stop being yes men. Stop being plastic. God give you your own mind. Use it. Be yourself. Be real. And you'll be a better person inside. And you can look in the mirror and sleep at night. Amen.
Too good. That's gold, isn't it?
What I'm doing.
Tyson will ruin your life. He'll ruin Eddie Hearn's life. Eddie Hearn can't sleep at night. Do you know that, Umar?
I don't know that, John. Do you want to enlighten me?
Because I'll tell you something. The jealousy is bubbling out of him. You know, and I say this much. If anybody in the world wanted Tyson Fury to lose that night, it would have been the Hearn camp. And I know that. But let me tell you something, Eddie Hearn, and all your entourage and all your fights and this, that and the other. You can't beat my son. You've got nothing to beat him. The man hasn't been born yet or bred yet can beat Tyson Fury. And I'll take any money. I'll take all bets when you're facing my son Tyson Fury. Like I said to David A. Like I said to all of them. And I'll say the same to you. I'll put my money where my mouth is. Your man can't beat my son. And I'll give odds. I'll give you 2-1. How's that? So put that in your pipe and smoke it. And I'll tell you what, you know, if you ain't going to pull up the right money, don't mention my son. Don't mention the Gypsy King, because you can't talk about kings. You wouldn't talk about the King of England, you wouldn't talk about the Queen of England. So don't talk about my son, the Gypsy King, unless you've got a lot of money and you're prepared to put it forward. Keep AJ, keep working away, fight Usk, Usek, whatever they call him. Fight this other man, Pulev, that's his level. But keep away from the Gypsy King. He's on a different level. You know that and I know that. And Vladimir Klitschko, I know he's having a lot to say now, but let me tell you, mate, you're a sore loser. And man up a bit, mate. You're making a fool out of your mouth. You and your brother's a big name in your own country, but he's talking out of his arsehole, and I don't even swear. Keep that shut, mate, unless you want to get back at our train and take him on yourself. And Vlad, you're a sore loser. You're a muppet, mate, talking like that. So watch what you're saying, pal. You look stupid.
They labelled your son, I think it was Vitaly that labelled your son the king of trash talking.
Well, it worked. Well, king of trash talking. He was absolute. It worked on his son, did it? His brother couldn't land a blow and terrified. He'd lost his belt before he got in the ring, him, because the two's got no bottle. None of the pair of them. Because I tell you what, men with guts like that don't comment like that. On a display they had, he got his ears boxed off by a man what they thought nobody could ever do anything, just a fat ordinary jippo, and went to Germany and moved a mountain, and they can't handle that. Well, I'm telling you, you'll have to handle it, because it'll bother you now till your dying day, because you're both sore losers. And you won't get your presidency either for talking like that, because people will just think you're not for them, talking like that.
Vladimir Klitschko has been in the ring with Anthony Joshua and...
I don't care who he's been in with. He ain't been in with Tyson Fury.
He has been.
His brother has.
That's
what we talking about.
That's right.
Yeah.
Vladimir.
Oh, we're talking about Vlad, yeah.
We're talking about Vladimir Klitschko.
Yeah.
All right. Has been in the ring with both Joshua and your son. He gives Joshua the credit for that fight, which he also lost, but doesn't seem to give the credit to your son.
Well, he's going to do, because he had a 50-50, didn't he?
My son played with him and made him look a fool. So he can't big Tyson up, because I tell you why he can't big Tyson up. He can't find it in his heart to be a man and say, I got beat out of sight. I thought I knew everything. I thought I could beat everybody. I beat everybody, and yet I got took to school by some unknown quantity, what nobody rated, a fat man. And he can't get over that. He says Joshua this, Joshua that, because they had a 50-50. Good luck to Joshua. Joshua won the fight. Great fight, I enjoyed it. Public enjoyed it, but that was his level. That was his level. He never beat Tyson, ever. Because us kind of people, we live on our wits. We have to live on our wits. You never let your guard down being a travelling man, because you know the man opposite you has got other ideas to bring you down. And that's the way we've been brought up, because we've never been accepted. If he won 20 world titles, he still wouldn't be accepted, because the gypsy man, he don't work for nobody, he pays homage to nobody. The only homage we pay is to God Almighty, on my own father. But that's just the way we are, and we're just a different race of people completely. It's a culture thing. It's different to yours, it's different for theirs, different to many. We've got our own beliefs and we live to our own standards. You know, some people agree with them, some people not.
Do you believe that Tyson perhaps doesn't get the credit he should get because of his background and his heritage and his...
Well, listen, it goes without saying, doesn't it? Listen, if Anthony Joshua had gone the same route as Tyson Fury, he'd be having tea with the Queen every night. You know, Tyson, English champion, All-Ireland champion, British champion twice, Commonwealth champion, European champion, WBC Intercontinental champion, IBF contest, 24-0, and beat good men, not knockovers like the rest of these men's getting, you know, because let it be what it is. I'll speak straight from the heart, me. Anthony Joshua's a talented man, but in my eyes, he didn't win the Olympic gold medal. It was in Britain, he never got it abroad. To me, he lost to the Cuban. But that's by and by. That's boxing. We can accept all that. But why give a man more credit than a man who's actually worked hard for something? And Tyson's worked hard for where he is today. He's fought people at the best. Derek Chisora, one of the best fighters in the world today, still is. He beat him in his prime. He was unbeaten at the time. Who'd ever fight Steve Cunningham? A fellow who'd been a two-time world champion and go in his own backyard and do it. You'll never see the Anthony Joshuas, you'll never see the Dillian Whites, you'll never see anybody taking chances like that. Deontay Wilder, he's had a title gift to him. You know what I'm saying? This kid's worked hard, tooth and nail for what he's got. He's come up the hard way, even in the amateurs. He was neglected in the amateurs and he poured his heart out for this mongrel race, this island in the middle of the ocean. This postage stamp was worthless. You know what I'm saying? It's dumping ground for the world. Let me tell you about it. He's given his all for this country. And what's he got in return? I hope you die, you pikey bastard, on the 24th of October. What's that about? You know what I'm saying? This kid, that's what the way he is. That's why he swears, because he's mixed up, because he hasn't got his just desserts for the effort he's put in. Because this is a true fighting man. You could roll them up and they wouldn't beat this man. He'd beat the two of them, Joshua and Dillian White, on the same night, my son. Believe me, take the back around to him, because it's a fighting desire. It's like we had it out the other day, we talk about it many, many times, and we say, listen, this is how it is. These people here, they got bits of street cred through men, you know, but you take Dillian White out there in that grass field here, look, pull his shirt off and let him have a row out there. Let him have half his ears missing. Let him have the blood pissing out of him. Let him need 100 stitches after an hour. Let's see how game they are then. He's prepared to do that. Is Anthony Joshua? No. Is Dillian White? No. Derek Chisora? No. Because they've never been in that kind of environment. I know what it's like because I've been there. I've watched it. It's happening. It's a cultural thing. And this is what gives us the edge. I know he can win. He knows he can win. That's why I don't give a damn. He don't give a damn about Klitschko. He knows that Klitschko what he is. He's a 40-year-old man. He's a good champion. Take no credit away from the man. He's done well to do what he is. But can he go in the trenches like a travelling man? A gypsy man, a crossbred mongrel race of a man, what's bred to fight. It's in his genes. You can go back 300 years, we're all fighting men. You know what I'm saying? Is Klitschko? His father was an army sergeant or something, wasn't he? You know what I mean? Fetched up with a silver spoon in the mouth. We've been kicked up, don't we? We've been dragged up, kicked up from pillar to post. We've had to do what we can to survive, to put bread on the table. When these are all kids, I had to go into the hospital and beg milk from to feed them. And some stage before I wouldn't draw a dole. And I've never drawn a dole in my life. Anything. I've took nothing off this government, mate. All I've done is give, and I've given the precious thing of all, Tyson Fury, the best thing to ever come out of this island, this rubbish dump, and yet they can't get behind him. That's all it is, a rubbish dump, a dumping ground on the people who run it, just because, and they say there's no racism. I'm telling you about racism. It's never been as bad towards travelling people today. He's a good lad, no criminal record, never been in trouble. I've been in trouble. I don't care what people think of me. They probably think I'm a raving madman, this, that and the other, but I'm an intelligent madman, if you've ever heard of such thing, and nobody can get things over me, because I'll tell you now, while they're thinking about it, I've already been there and done it, because I've forgotten more than they know about life itself in general. But this lad here, he's listened to it all, he's seen people around him, and you know what? I say what they are, says son, the plastic people, take no heed of them. Does it really matter what they believe? Because what happens is, their heart wants something that much, it overrules the brain. And they hate travellers in that form, that they're clutching on to floating logs, saying, oh, Joshua might be the man, he can do it, Dillian Whitey might be to do it, because they want it to happen that bad, because they cannot foresee a traveller gypsy world champion. This man is the best in Britain, and them two can't carry his jockstrap, them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it is. Because he's earned these stripes. In the amateurs, professionals, whatever he's been, they haven't. They've had it give on a plate. He's a Commonwealth champion. He got a knockover for a Commonwealth title, taking nothing away from Gary Cornish. He ain't a proper fighting man. He's a big lump. You know, he's a woodcutter from the island somewhere. He isn't a fighting man. And he proved it, because he would have got up. He would have got up and tried to do something. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He accepted defeat. That's it. Because he's not a true fighting man inside. This man here, you see him on the 24th of October. What true fighting men do when they're losing, and I don't think he will lose, but if he is under pressure, you watch what he can come out with. He'll surprise the world, this man. But he ain't surprising the world, because they already know what we've got up our sleeve. They already know what kind of people we are inside. You know what I'm saying? I done 5 long years in prison, never took an aspirin. All these men was crying, couldn't do the time, can't do, taking drugs here, getting phones shipped in. I never took an aspirin. I never broke any rules. Yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full for 5 years, never took an aspirin. I had the flu and everything, went down to the medical centre, nothing. I didn't want nothing from them. I thought, you've got nothing to offer me. I'm here to do one thing, like I said to him, I'm here to do time, easier to fight. And that's what he's going to do, fight. And you'll see that come the 24th of October.
John, you said they can't see a travelling world champion. Is it they can't see or they don't want to see it? They
don't want to see it, but let me tell you, you're going to see it and get used to it, because he's going to be there for a long time. Because I tell you, these make-believes, what you're making out of champions, these paper champions, they ain't going to take my son. Because if not, forget Klitschko, let's have it now. He filled the O2 arena out. You know, my son can make as much out of fighting Anthony Joshua today as he can Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? But let's get it on. We ain't worried about these so-called Brits, these street gangs, these this, that and the other. We're not bothered, because I could put my fist through them outside. You know what I'm saying? Because I could worry them like a Rottweiler on the floor and they'd be screaming for the mother after 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So what can he do? And I'm an old man, 50-year-old, beat out, finished, with 200,000 miles on my clock. This is a young man. What's bred to fight? Look down his history, and that'll tell you so much about him. You know what I'm saying? You know, I fought Henry Aconi without even training. Didn't do nothing. He won the WO title 4 fights later, 18-0. I'd done a fight for 18 months and as fat as a pig. I got in the ring then, done a lot better than these men what's been in training camps. You know, I got beat, but I'll tell you what it is. I give him a hell of a row, and he knows it for 3 rounds. But not training, didn't do nothing. I had 13 fights in 10 years, and I don't think I made $5 at the lot. I'd done it because I like fighting. I'd have me tea, me bacon and eggs, or I'll have a fight tonight. Do you want to fight? Yeah, I'll go. This is where he's coming from. But he's had all the camps. He's got the brains behind him. He's got the experience. Where I've been had over and rumped to death in the boxing trade, I know what they're coming with, like my brother does here. Listen, let me tell you this much. The Germans didn't lose the war through the troops he had. They lost the war through the brains at the back of England. Churchill. And he hasn't got one Churchill in his corner, he's got 2. Me and him. You understand me? So I don't know how they're going to deal with that. Do you? And all I've got to say on a final point here, not bringing politics into it, long gone, but let me tell you, Tyson will right all the wrongs. Past history, this man is going to right all the wrongs. And if you're a sensible, clever man, you know what I'm coming from, you know what I'm saying. But he will right all the wrongs in history, what's been done to us, down the line. All these people that's gone in out in history, the gypsy people, even the Jews want to get on board. Even the Jewish people want to get behind this man. Get the Jews on board, because he's paying a price for them as well. He's paying payback time for all of them people. Never mind all of us. And where better place to do it? Germany. And that's why we opt to go there. Because we know we can beat Klitschko. We'd beat Klitschko on the moon. We'd beat him on the moon. Mars, anywhere. Because he can't beat a fire what can't be put out. And this man is he told you, don't give a damn about nothing. It's not about the money.
It's not about the fame. None of us want to be famous. We're never going to be famous anyway. We're hated people. The only thing we're famous for is infamous, not famous, infamous, which is a lot worse. But let me tell you, he's got the desire, he's got the courage, he's got the size, he's got the youth, and he's carrying what he needs to carry into this fight. And with that, he's got a lot of work to do, Vladimir Klitschko. Don't be wrong, people. It's an heavyweight fight, and he's not called Dr. Steelhammer for nothing. On this level, men this big, anything can happen. But I'm 99.75% sure my son will prevail in Germany. And you're going to get used to it, fella. You're going to have and put up and shut up with a gypsy champion, because that's what's coming on the 24th of October. And if he does lose, I will personally remove my trousers and walk through London with no trousers on. That's if the probation will allow me to do that, without putting me back inside for exposure. But when it comes down to the beating, fighting, lion art, I don't think you've got it. So don't mess with Tyson Fury. Keep your belts, go and fight other people, but don't mess with Tyson unless it's worth your while, because it'll be the last belt you ever put. It'll be the last time you'll ever box if you mess with him, because he will wreck you. 19 stone, 6'9", wrecking machine. Will not stop coming forward, but he'll come forward at you educatedly, and he'll punish you, he'll school you, and he'll break your heart. It'll make your life a misery, and your life will never be the same again. So think on. Eddie Hearn, that's to you and all. I've never spoke to Eddie Hearn in person, but let me tell you, Eddie, what are you doing, mate? And I know it's all business to you, it's all about money, but let me tell you something. Tyson Fury will seriously hurt any heavyweight what stands in front of him.